Hi, thanks for checking out our channel. Here's just a little overview and review of this particular unit. This is the Power Wizard PW5000XD. This is a dual powered AC DC model. See, it's 110 volt or 12 volt battery powered unit. So it can be inside, outside. We don't see a lot of these things come in. They make a 5 joule, 3 joule unit called a PW5000XD and a 1 joule called a PW1000XD. They're all a little different and all a little similar on the inside. They got some different boards, and I think they share the same transformer, maybe a different combination of capacitor inside there between each of the models and the boards and stuff to make one stronger or weaker than the next. These aren't a bad unit. I mean they're a lot cheaper than a lot of the brands out there that have a 5 joule that's either 12 volt, 110 volt, or an AC DC model like this one is. So they're a bit cheaper in price. But you're kind of getting a little bit cheaper built thing. I'll just tell you that right now. You're not getting the greatest built unit by any means. The things that we see that are the good thing about them is that they're, you know, semi-reliable. They're not going to last forever. Like this one didn't last but 4 or 5 years, and it's got problems. We fixed it. And I got a video down below or in the comments area or somewhere, pinned somewhere, or link in the description that you can go watch it at if you like. It took me about 35 minutes to fix this thing because we thought we had just one problem, and that snowballed. You know, so we ended up having to fix a few things in it that we didn't realize what was wrong with it. But we got it squared away now, and it's working fine. The things I don't like about it is down here, where you plug, this is just a pigtail. This isn't the actual one cord that comes with this. This is the pigtail I've got plug into stuff like this. But this is where you hook your 12 volt cord or AC adapter cord, is right down inside there. Well, it's kind of kind of shielded from the weather because the unit sits on the wall, like this. The cord comes up underneath, so it's not directly contacted to the rains that can hit it right dead on. But it is open, to the elements and wind and rain and humidity and condensation, whatever, inside this thing. So down inside here, there's a little hole where this thing plugs in at. Either the outside of this metal part right here on the outside, or down inside the hole, or down inside there, will corrode and oxidize. Get a little coating on there. It happens over time. It didn't happen right away. So I've seen that happen where you're out there, oh, it's working fine, and a week or so later, like, well, it ain't working right. So you're messing around, plug it back in, oh, now it's working again. Well, just because there's crap on there, and it's usually clean this off to a point. Usually still some stuff on there. The coating gets pretty bad sometimes, but then you'll get it down inside here. So if you buy one of these, get some dielectric grease. This is what we use. This is by Permatex. This is dielectric grease. It comes like a toothpaste tube. You just squirt some on there, rub it on there, or squirt some in the hole, just shove it in there and kind of twist it around like that. Kind of coat things up. That'll help slow down the corrosion and coat things pretty good. That's one thing you can do. I would also do it on the AC adapter. Even if you got it inside, where you have to worry about wind and rain and moisture and humidity too much, you probably won't have to worry about that. So that's one thing that I've seen with that. Another thing I see is this sticker on the front. It's a laminated sticker. It presses on there, whatever. Well, you can see I put some. This section here was peeled up, and it wasn't sticky anymore. The reason why that usually does that is two things: age, the stickiness of the lamination as it ages will delaminate and peel off. Another thing is the sun will bake this thing over time, fade it, get a little UV rays will kind of break down the lamination on here. And so I just, when it was up, I put some I'll just show you what I used. This stuff here, that flux glue, like this stuff, and I just peeled it up, put a little blip there in the middle, blip there, blip over there on the far side, and press it into place, and I just smooth it out across there. That's a kind of a messy look to it, but if you don't care about looks, whatever. See, it's still, I just did this repair a little bit ago, so the stuff's still sticky. But that'll block it off. It'll keep that from peeling back up. Now the rest of this could come up. Another thing I've seen with the lamination is it won't peel up, necessarily, but the switch behind there in the video, if you watch it, where I lift this up, there's plastic behind this, but a little groove, like a little opening, like kind of an opening up here and an opening down here for, there's a piece of plastic that presses down like this. As you press this, push it down, which pushes a switch on the board. Well, it's open up there and down here, and water or ants or bugs can get right up inside there and mess things up. So that's another reason why I put that down there, keep this lamination sticker on there. But as I've seen some come in here where this button is pushed on and off so many times, and as it ages and the lamination gets broken down, that will wallow out sometimes in there, right where you push the button at. And then there's no way to fix that besides put a new sticker on there. And I talked to the manufacturer, and last time I tried to order stickers for it, they didn't have any. They said, well, we don't have those stickers in stock. Like, well, I need one. I don't know when we're going to get any. All right. So I don't remember what he talked about the customer thinking of putting that in a side of a box or something like that to keep the moisture. I was just worried about moisture or bugs getting inside, because I was like, man, that'll be the last thing that happens. I fix the thing, and 3 weeks later, ants get in there and screw the thing up. The water gets in there and screws the thing up. So, I mean, they're $250. I mean, what do you expect for a 5-joule for $250? I mean, it's a good price for a nice size unit, especially being AC, DC. Basically two units in one. They are repairable. The boards for these are a little hard to get. We had to scratch and claw to get a board for this one, and got one finally. The capacitor in this was weak, so we put a new capacitor in there. And the output terminals of the winding of the transformer were burned open. Luckily, there's enough of the winding still exposed. I was able to solder a wire from it to the contact of the transformer, which went over to a wire that plugged onto the back side of these. And then now it's working fine. So put that like 9,000 volts on full power. So we're going to we'll get our, plug this in here. We'll turn the power on. Cycle through the little lights. And right now it's on full power. Got full power and half power. So you push the button again, cycles to half power. See, it's not going all the way up, a little bit half power. So the reason why you want to put it on half power probably, because if your animals are used to the fence, you can lower that down. That would have less draw on the battery. So the battery might, if you're running it with no solar panel, the battery won't run down as fast. The fence is cleaner. You can put on half power. You'll still get a good shock out of it. It's still going to put out good power. And then there's off. And if you ever want to check your battery on there, it says on there battery check. Press and hold, and it will light up. It will light up how many lights, how high up it goes, is how charged the battery is. Right now, I got hooked to a power supply set at 13 volts. You see, it went all the way up and turns off after a moment. This is temporary. I turn my power supply down to 11.8. See, battery's low. Let's crank it up to 12.3. Up a little bit, and we'll crank it up a little bit more. We'll go 12.8. Not quite charged up, because a 12 volt battery and a fully charged about 13.5 volts when a 12 volt battery is fully charged. So it's a slick unit. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with the way it is. It's just a cheaper built unit. The plastic's not the greatest plastic. Lamination sticker was nice, but it delaminates. Down here it corrodes sometimes. Put some dielectric grease on it to slow that down. It is a sort of waterproof case. There's just the two halves pushed together. There's a foam gasket in there, and I think this back case has a little lip to it all the way around. That lip on it presses into that plastic, that foam gasket there, that little recess spot. So it does somewhat shield it from water getting inside. Now, I have seen where corrosion and stuff, water can get inside there and mess things up. I don't know if it's from this one has some corrosion in there. I don't know if it's from the lamination being peeled back a little bit and water was able to get up inside there. It was just luck of the draw, and it's got water in it somehow. however it's built. But let's go ahead and we'll test it for you. We'll put we're getting about 9.5 kV, almost 10,000 volts out of it. Under no load. Push the half power. The half power is still getting 8.5, so still about 8,500 volts. But instead of being 5 joules, now it's 2.5 probably. Let's turn it off. We'll show you what kind of spark it throws. Ow. I'm just going to jump across that gap there. Create a spark gap, see what kind of spark it throws. This is on full power. So, got a nice sharp snap to a nice bright flash. Let's put on half power. Still nice pop to it. It's not as bright, not as stout, but you can still see it. It still puts out a good spark. I wouldn't touch it on half power or full power. So, I mean, overall, it's a good. You know, I'd give it a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. I'd probably get 7 or 8 out of 10. There are little quirks about it cosmetically that the way it's put together, I would probably change myself, or what I would have done differently. I probably would have done a different sticker label to it. I probably just made a solid piece of plastic and put, like, you know, embed the name and engraved it somehow, or stamped it into the plastic somehow versus a sticker, you know, like some other brands do. But other than that, it's an okay unit. I mean, we don't work on a lot of them, so that tells you something that they're pretty reliable. You know, the good thing is most parts are available for them. Circuit boards for these are a little hard to get. There's like pulling teeth to get one, but we got one. But anyways, thanks for checking our video. Subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. Tell your friends about us. And until next time, see you later on.